Konnichiwa! It's finally here! Olympics season here in Japan and the whole world as well. 4 more days to go, and the Olympics opening ceremonies will happen at the Tokyo Olympic Stadium. But by this time, we already know the decision has been made that the Olympics will push through sans live spectators or without live audience. More than 2 weeks ago, I tried to visit the Olympic Stadium in Tokyo in the hope of, just getting close to or entering one of the venues of the Olympics. And of course, take a selfie in front of the Olympics rings. During that time, stakeholders of the Olympics here in Tokyo, here in Japan, are still debating whether to allow audiences or to allow just 50% of the 20,000 audience capacity in the Olympic Stadium, or whether not to allow any audience at all. Samahan niyo po ako. What happened there was, it was like an apt prelude, a premonition of what's going to happen in the Olympics in these coming days. But nevertheless, welcome to the Tokyo 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Konnichiwa. This is the Tokyo Olympics Stadium, and 20 more days to go, and this will be filled with revelers from all over the world. Mostly athletes will be competing in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, but being held this year, 2021, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It is temporarily closed as of now, and no visitors are allowed inside or just close to it. But I will throw you around. Let's go around the area until the ring monument, the Olympics rings monument, on the other side of the building. Let's go! So people are just contented to take photos outside of the stadium. It's a beautiful stadium and it's made of wood. It's very simple in design, but I think it's very functional as well. It evokes environmentally friendly design. Let's take a closer look at those floors. Yeah, lots of plants on each floor. So shall we cross over there so that we could go around the entire, yeah, we could go around the stadium. Let's take a look at the Olympic Stadium reflected on that building. From that building, the image of the Olympic Stadium looks so cool, right? The letters are this big. I could fit in the zero. Unfortunately, it's also closed, so looks like we couldn't really get close to the Olympic ring. And I think those couple are asking how to get there. I might just follow them. Huwag kang mag-alala, be. Hanap tayo ng paraan kung paano tayo makakapunta dun sa Olympic ring. Kasi talagang sinara nila lahat ng lagusan. But I saw on TV that it's open to public yung Olympic rings. So hanap tayo ng paraan. Alam ko mayroong lusutan eh. Hanap tayo ng paraan. Tayo pa. Ayun, sundan natin dito. Malamang, meron dito. Sa area na ayaw pumasok si ate. Alam ko meron dito eh. Kita ko sa TV eh. Ayun oh. Yan, sige. Dito na to. Dito na. Ito na to. Di ba? Oh, ito na. Oh, see? Kita rin natin sa bakas, di ba? Oh, this is it. This is it. I miss the gardens. Dito pala kasi yung Japan Olympic Museum. In front of the torch. Pasukin natin yan mamaya. Dito muna tayo pa-picture sa my garden. Ayan na po. That's the Olympic Stadium. It's being repaired. Final touches siguro. Ito na yung ring. At ang haba ng pila. Ang haba ng pila. Look at the line. It's so long. Siguro, mamaya na ako pipila. Kasi ang haba. Hanggang dito eh. Oh. From here up to there. That's the Olympic ring. Siguro dito muna ako magpapapicture din kasi it's so long. The line is so long. So, I first get inside the Japan Olympic Museum. Let's go inside the museum. Even the museum was not very audience friendly. Picture taking was allowed, but taking videos was not allowed. So I wasn't able to take videos. So I'm just presenting the photos that I took inside the Olympics Museum. The presentation starts with the history of the Olympics, its origins from Greece. It is so uplifting to know that the founder of the modern Olympics, Pierre de Coubertin, was an educator. This is the original flag of the Olympics, and now let's marvel at the various torches all throughout the years and all throughout the Olympic editions. You can also see the different countries that participated in the different editions of the modern Olympics. Now, I'm looking at my country's, the Philippines, Olympic history. The Philippines first participated in the 1924 Paris Olympics, and it has participated since then, except in 1980. Inside the museum, you'll find everything, just everything about the Olympics. The first paper used, first correspondences, the different countries participating in the Olympics. Just everything about the Olympics. It's very informative. It also shows the Olympics legacy, the different people, the different athletes helped by the Olympics. One of them is our very own Carlos Yulo, our gymnastics medal hope, who trained in Japan. Japan has been helping him to train for the Olympics. You will also see Japan's very active involvement in the Olympics. Japan first hosted the Olympics in 1964, the very first Asian country to do so. That edition modernized the pictograms that are used in modern Olympics. And now Japan is hosting the Olympics for the second time. Unfortunately, it's the pandemic edition of the Olympics. Japan's Olympic history is well documented. These are the first pictures, and do you know that Japan was supposed to host the 1940 Olympics? Unfortunately, it didn't materialize because of the Second World War. But let's take a look at how Japan prepared for that Olympics edition that never was. This is the lamp that contained the Olympic flame in the 1964 Olympics. I am so elated to know that it stopped in the Philippines in Manila before reaching Tokyo. The museum is very interactive. You can jump or run and compare your statistics with those of the record holders of the Olympics. You can experience Olympian greatness. The Olympics celebrates both the human spirit and the human body. It also celebrates the various communities involved in making the Olympics possible and in making different cultures in this world coexist and be in harmony. Finally, it's time for me to have a selfie with a great educator who founded the modern Olympics, Pierre de Coubertin. At the first floor of the museum, you'll find the various artworks dedicated to the Olympics. You will also find information about the Paralympics, which is to be held 3 weeks after the closing ceremonies of the Summer Olympics. And presenting the sakura or cherry blossoms inspired Olympic torch of the Tokyo Olympics. And of course, the sakura inspired torch of the Paralympics. Ayan. I just got out of the Olympic Museum. Oh, before I forget, my photo with the Olympic rings. Welcome to the Tokyo 2020. Tokyo 2021. Tokyo Olympics. Oh, by the way, Tokyo Paralympics is also happening here in August, 3 weeks after the closing of the Tokyo Olympics. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to click like and subscribe. And please also click the notification bell button so you get a lot of updates about Japan. Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimashita. Yeah, Japan!